All right, race fans, here we go. We're tonight here. Not quite short track, but it's kind of a short track. I mean, it's Gateway. Gateway can bring about some wild ones here. Well, let's see what we got going on tonight. This can be a very tricky track for these guys. Qualifying underway right now. Putting it in here. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Y'all watch the qualifying around this place. Ben Stevens, been the man up there. No Fast Five this week. It's pretty much just a race to race. Fast Five next week, though. Excuse me, my bad. Oh, this is, yeah. No Fast Five, Gateway tonight. Auto Club next week. Bumped her up front with Boyles. What's up, boys?
Dude, I cannot tell you I'm happy to be back home.
Well, there you go. I tell you what. Well, get qualifying Gateway, man.
Yeah, I know. I was running behind. I got busy making dinner.
Oh, you're fine, man. I'll tell you. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I ate too much and did not want to go to work the next day.
Hey, probably a lot of people. Buddy had a good Thanksgiving.
Oh, it was good. It was good. So, oh, it is qualifying. Let's see.
Yeah, qualifying.
I want to see who I would have out-qualied.
Oh.
Damn, I would have been 27th.
Well, this is a tricky track, man, Gate.
Oh, it is.
Really tricky.
I was actually running with Tucker last night for a bit.
Okay.
And he gave me the exact setup he was using, and I ran a 32.26. Or no, a 32.28 with it.
It's a 1.23 miles, so I'll say it's just a little bit over short track, kind of along the intermediate style tracks and whatnot. But it races a lot like a short track. Really kind of looks big and so forth. A lot of these cars get on it, but it races really tricky coming around here. I know when the trucks, I'm not quite sure as we'll watch maybe the race goes on. I know in the trucks they do some shifting. I don't know if the cars do that or not here next year.
Go down into third through 1 and 2. You're in fourth, 3 and 4.
Okay. That looks like Sumter's going to be the man on pole.
Hell yeah. Ooh, Gidding's been not a good qualifying effort.
You know, he's had the last couple weeks where he's not just had very good qualifying. Obviously, had some bad luck too. Caught up on some stuff, but this is one of these tracks where it's going to be tricky. You can come through the field here, but
I love how we're doing this as though we're live.
Well, we are live.
Oh, we are. Oh crap! I didn't even notice.
Yeah, live.
My bad.
Because we're just going to the warm up, and now
Did not get the notification. What in the world? My notification failed me.
Up.
Okay.
Never got the notification. But we are under warm up right now. Looks like Sumter's gonna put it online. But folks, I'll tell you what, we'll step away, and we'll be right back here during this warm up time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, here we go back. I'm up here at the end. Gateway tonight. Like I say, we were talking about before here, it can be a really tricky track, you know. And this place can be kind of slick, you know. I don't know. You see right there, man, kind of getting sideways, which is typical of this place here.
Yeah, it's honestly really slick, and your car's on edge going into the zones because you got to brake going down and downshift into 1 and 2, and downshift into 3 and 4 as well with a little bit less brake. But if you lock up, guess what? You're going into the wall. Don't brake enough, again, going into the wall. You might be able to save it and keep it off the wall, but at that point, you're off gas so much by the time you get back into the gas, your car is going to want to loop on you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when talking about these cars too, these being open setups, these guys can adjust a lot to this, so it's a lot different than, you know, coming in here with what the fixed setup is. You know, normally you come in with a little bit tight, but over time it's up at this track and so come out and lose. You see right there, man, helped on that one. And that's kind of, you know, the thing coming off the turns here is almost like you know, North Wilkesboro. You got to be, you know, really light on that throttle.
Really light on the throttle, and it's also a lot tighter on exit than you might think it is. 3 and 4, it's very wide, but the racing line takes you almost right up to the wall. Whereas 1 and 2, it's not as wide as it's wider than what it might seem in 1 and 2, but at the same time, it will take you to the outside wall on exit. You can run 2 side by side off of 1 a lot easier, I feel like, than you can run side by side off of 4.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, the track from here looks wide, but the racing line is not that wide. So, you know, it looks like, hey, we can go 2, 3, 4, you know, 3 wide at this place. Not really. 2 wide's really actually kind of dangerous. 3 wide's like, you know, it's really pushing on the edge. And you're right. From what you said, so you're going to tend to see maybe them little cluster style packs. You know, you're going to see them single file and get one, you know, all night long. Let's see how it plays out here.
Oh, Tucker.
Tucker says, well, let me try the wall out for you. Here we
I told
go.
him last night that's not the best way to do it.
No. Don't want to tear that thing up. Off his first win last week. So there you go. He definitely wants to maybe pack in another one here. But let's look at the grid here tonight. Man out front. That's old Sumter putting it out up front. That was Shane Clore going to start there in second. Alexander Hammond's going to be starting in third. Jonathan Duncan, he's going to start fourth. Justin Boyle's there in the fifth. We got Thomas Kolmacheski there in sixth. Ben Stevens, he's starting seventh. Michael Tucker, he's right there in the eighth place. Mark Sanchez starting ninth. Timothy Latham starting into 10th. Kevin Zozak in 11th. We got Greg Carr rounding out the 12th place spot. Here to the 13th. William Phillips there. Charles Manscoit starting 14th. Ed Kibbe starting 15th. We got Drew Prohl there in 16th. Dylan Bruce-Mocker, he's there in the 17th. Alex Carr, 18th. John Binder, he's there in the 19th. Blair Holloman, he's in 20th. Jose Medina, 21st. Art Terry, 23rd. 23rd spot, we got Gary Donnellan. 24th, Colton Gardner. David Salter, 25th. David Few there in the 26th. Jurgens 28th. Gerlach, Jurgens 27th, 28th. Gerlach, Alphen in 29th. Wenzel 30th. Jones in 32nd. And Henningsman, unfortunately, back in 32nd spot here tonight. And he won't start no qualifying.
Not the night indeed, and it's also going to be really a little hectic to start the race as well with a couple guys serving drive-throughs. So not only are you going to be, you're not just going to be tight here because the entry to pit road, it's going into 3. Of course, it's way on the inside, and then the exit of pit road, it's off of 2 right there. The little access roads you've got. If somebody's not ready for it, it's going to throw them off.
Absolutely. All right. Out there, said men to get their favorite drivers in. Got a couple Tucker fans out there with 36-3. Right, it's time to roll. Pace cars off. Here we go. Gateway Worldwide Technology Center here tonight. That's what they call it. Gateway. Green flag. We're racing Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. Here we go. Sumter and Company up front. Now, don't stay single file for a while, but you're going to want to try to get everything you can on this start here, Wes, and then you're going to start to tend to see them go single file.
Yeah, restarts are really the best place to gain your positions, but then after that, get single file. You want to kind of ride this out the track. It's not, as we were talking, it's not really a short track, but it races a lot like one. So it will exhaust you if you're racing hard the whole way through and don't sit back eventually and ride out.
You see the top guys already got, single filed out. Sumter, Clore, Hamlin. Hammond's right there with Duncan, Kolmacheski, and Cutney. Some guys might start, migrating up on that top side. Some will try that inside lane. And this is what I was talking about. Even though they get single file, then you start seeing these little, I call them clusters, where a guy, they'll single file for a while, maybe make a pass, get side by side for a little bit. You just start to pick them off one by one.
Yeah, and that's honestly the best way to do it. It might take a while to set them up. It might take you 2 to 3 laps to get the setup correctly, but eventually you'll just start slowly picking your way through the traffic.
As we look back here through the field, further on back, I mean, he's got Gansman already up to 28th spot, so he has moved up a couple spots there. You got Guy Gerlach. I mean, like I say, throughout the whole entire field here, it's pretty much single file, as you can see. You've got some battles, and then you've got one like right here with Phillips and Prohl, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. You'll see a single file, then you'll see a guy maybe trying to pick the lane, try to see if he can't get on the inside. But you mentioned earlier, tough to pass on that inside. That shouldn't get the guy like that, maybe kind of, march up the track a little bit.
Yeah, and really here you want to hug the inside. At least in 1 and 2, you want to be as close as you can to that curbing, but not exactly on it. Then 3 and 4, you want to be about half a car width off and then shade down right there to where you almost touch the curbing on exit.
Now, I know we've talked about this in the past, and a lot of cautions have probably messed it up. We'll have to see tonight. But I think, me personally, I think you set your car up for a long run here tonight. It's not so much, I don't really think the short run is going to favor tires at this track. Now, you know, there's not a lot of tracks that tires, bad thing to say, matter a lot. I mean, yeah, they're a little faster, but when I say matter, I'm talking about like seconds. This could be one of the tracks to where they could matter a little bit here tonight. We'll just have to see as the race goes on.
Yeah, tire wear and fall off. If you're experiencing a lot of fall off, that's when you're going to be asking, hey, I want tires, please.
Yeah.
Crew chief, give me a fresh set here that I can put on.
And I think you
but
will
then you
this
also,
track.
oh, you definitely were going to be asking for that. But then there's only 5 sets on pit road for them to use.
Actually, excuse me. I'll do something. Let's see what happened back here. And yeah, I think you're probably going to see some single car wrecks and what they like to call net code right there. Ultimately, it looked like the pole. Them two just got together, but we'll touchy, and doesn't take much to go around this place.
No, and they don't even have to touch you. If they tuck up right on your rear spoiler for long enough, it's going to take the air off and you're going to go.
Yeah. Talk about pit window out there. I'm going to, I don't know, I mean, going on a limb, say, being that this is 1.3, I'm going to say at least, 50, 60 laps or so? More?
I'm not sure. I'm looking that up
With
right now.
With the caution like it is, though, it always does make it a little longer because obviously I tend to say on a track like this, you know, it's not an exact math, but I tend to say on a track like this, for every caution that we're under, you probably gain at least 1 to 2 laps on a green flag run. I'm going to say at least 2 laps here on a green flag run. It could be more, could be less. But you know, so that you got to take that in consideration too when the caution comes out, how these guys run around the track. Look, you're either going to turn the motor off or you're going to hit the clutch. If you're not doing that, you're at least going to be in 5th gear to kill the RPM. You know, save some fuel. You'd be crazy not to.
All right, I just got the information. So, full green flag run, 75 laps of fuel.
That makes sense.
Now, I don't know if the tires would last that long is the thing.
Yeah, I think tires are probably. I think tires are going to be the more of an issue than what the fuel is. If you can get it close, obviously, again, you know, these cautions here, and I still am going to stand by. You know, even though we had a caution here in 8 laps, I'm still going to stand by. I think you set this car up for a little bit longer of a run. You don't want too much of a run because obviously tires are going to neutralize after a while. And you want to try to get everything. It's one of these tracks where you want to try to get as much as you can on the restarts. We're really going to see that in the Auto Club. I talk about Auto Club effect a lot on a lot of tracks because that track is just purely track position. I don't care what kind of tires you've got. That one, track position trumps all there. And unfortunately, a lot of tracks are like that on iRacing. But I feel like here you can get a good advantage on a set of tires that come through the field. But that said, that you still want to try to get as many positions as you can without getting yourself in trouble on these restarts.
Yeah,
there is no compounds, by the way. It's all, and the NASCAR doesn't have the compound choice. Unlike I think in iRacing, road racing does have compounds, but I don't think that the oval has compound changes yet. That would be something interesting.
I have not seen anything about different tire compounds for the Cup cars on the tracks.
That would be interesting, Wes, because I think in real life, does NASCAR have compounds? I think they do on the road races. I think they do. I mean, it's some information I would have to actually research. But from my knowledge, I think, and again, I'm not 100%. I'm gonna go 95%, 92%. That on the oval, there is no compound change. It's all the same. But I know, like what you just said, they've tested it. I think on the road race, let's go back green here. We're talking second. Thumper jumps back out front here as we go to green. Floor's there with him.
Green, green,
and
green.
green flag. Good start for the field here. And like I said, Sumter did a good jump on the field.
Yeah, and easily cleared through to first. It's a battle for second side by side.
Yeah, it is. Hammond's there with Clore. Cole Macheski's in the mix. There you see some guys going way high, some going to go low. I don't know how your car wants to react and feel as a driver. You know, do you want to just, you know, I kind of tend to guys that are going high like that, where we're seeing, I think it's Clore right there, are the ones that's got maybe a little bit longer running style car. They want to play it a little bit more conservative on those tire wear. That's why they're kind of taking it high. They know they're going to get that advantage as the race, as laps go on. As we're like Hammond's right there, trying to be aggressive as he can, trying to get that spot because he knows if he don't get it, he's got to fall back in line behind Clore.
Well, you talk about going high, possibly saving tire life. I'm going to tell you, going high here is not a good thing. It's really, you're sliding your tires a little bit too much. Yeah, you've got to slow the car down and keep it on the bottom, but if you're up there, up high, you're sliding those tires. It's just going to slowly take life out.
Right there, Hammond's made the pass. Clore's going to be right there along behind him. You talk about tire wear out there, guys. Well, you know, we were just talking about, you know, tire wears lap-wise. I'm, you know, said the pitch gets around 70, 75 laps, 72, something in that area. If they can go that long, I mean, obviously your tires might not make it that long, but you're going to try to push it that far because, you know, you want to stay in the pit. Ultimately, your crewman's going to say, look, we got to stay in the pit whether you don't like the car or not. As long as you can drive it.
As long as you can drive it.
Well, if it's undrivable, I mean, that's one thing, but I mean, as long as you can drive it, yeah, your crewman's going to, you know, try to stay in that pit window, whether the tires are just wore completely out or not. His battle here for second again, Clore right there along with him, and Hammond's there too.
Again, it's that little cluster as you described it. There you see 3 different lines through turn 1. Ooh, that's going to be a little bit tight on exit. They're just fine.
Like you said, right there, just shifted back into 5th. Goes back down to 4th. Use a lot of brake here too. This track is kind of deceiving. It doesn't look like a track that you would use a massive amount of brake, but you do use a lot of brake going into these turns. You can see right here, this is going to be turn 1. He does go down to 4th. Actually goes to 3rd. Turn 1 and 2. You mentioned that earlier.
And then just a nice gentle application of throttle on exit.
Yeah, and then, you know, you also, when you shift, and there's there too, you waited till that car was almost straight. That's another thing there. I mean, you don't want to, you try not to shift while that thing is turned a little bit because, yeah, you see there, it got a little bit wiggly. Still happy.
Yeah, he got on the curb there, and those curves are really going to upset your car unless that 69 right to his inside.
Yeah, Cole Macheski's trying to see if he can't take that spot away. So a little bobble by Clore. So you can just tell how gentle you have to be here, just how much shifting they do. So it's almost like a road course. You're out there shifting up and down a lot. Now, you know, I take it back to, I've seen the trucks run this track a lot. And, you know, they're four-gear style. Usually go from 4th to 3rd on here. Here, you know, by being 5 gears, you know, you're shifting even a lot more here in these cars. So got a lot going on here.
Yeah, a lot more than you would expect. You would expect a short track, you might be shifting down to 4th or so, or down into 3rd in the corners, 4th back up on the straights. Here, you're shifting around 6 times a lap. You're going down to 3rd from 5th into 1 and 2, back up to 5th down the backstretch, down to 4th in 3 and 4, and then back up to 5th. So it's a lot more shifting than what you think you would need to do. And it's a little bit of a challenge. Like you said when we were talking about making sure you're straight on the throttle. Make sure you're straight when you're shifting or the cars might just snap underneath you.
Another thing about this track here is you see Core's going to do kind of a crisscross move here on Komacheski, is this track will tend to make you drive a little bit on the edge and nervous. You know, you're watching your P's and Q's because I don't know. It's just one of these tracks where you tend to drive a little safer because it can snap out and bite you. There's so much going on, like we were just talking about there. So you kind of tend to be a little nervous at this place. Not that, you know, the drivers are bad or nervous. It's just that anything can happen. So you're a little more. It's one of these tracks. Nice. I go back to that. It has an unknown factor to it. It's kind of unsettling.
Yeah, personally, when I was running, I was with Tucker last night. I was braking way before him to where it caught him off guard.
Yeah.
And that was just because I was comfortable. I was cautious. I didn't want to drive it way too deep. I did push the limits on occasion trying to find it. I was like, no, not doing that anymore. Back it down. Just make sure I get laps ran.
Yeah, it's just one of these unique tracks. I know I've ran it in the past, ran it in the trucks mostly, and you know, I can tell you, it's just, it's a, you can't really describe it a lot up here in the booth other than the fact it's just really an unsettling style track here. You really got to be on your P's and Q's going around here. And you saw Floor right there, man, bang that wall just a little bit. That's going to hurt him some. He's going to fall back to forward. Duncan and Boyle's right there having a little bit of battle. Tucker trying to see if he can't make it up through the field. Stevens there and Latham. Again, this is what I was talking about. You're just kind of single filed and you're picking them off one by one as you go through the field.
Yeah, and it's just cruising at this point, hoping to not wreck the car in front of you, but kind of force them into an error to where you can get past.
I'm not saying you can't come through the field. You got Jurgensen up 11 spots, probably utilizing that the caution early on. You know, you can come up through the field. It's going to be a little bit of a journey. You've got, because you've got to pick them off one by one. You know, you're not picking off, you know, chunks of guys unless, you know, a couple guys in front of you have them with that. I love that pink.
Oh, he's got green on it this time.
Green this time. It was yellow last time. So he went to the menthols this week. He's going to get the red ones next. That's where he's going to go Marlboro red next. He's going to go through all the Marlboro brands. I think he had the lights last, but those are yellows. I think the yellows are lights. I'm not a smoker. There's no Marlboro. We don't know Marlboro. You don't know Marlboro, Camel, Winston. Oh. Tom on the side of the car. That's actually a Holloman. Oh, that's actually a lap belt. Excuse me. One got caught up in the wreck earlier. And whoa, contact back there. Oh, and there we go. Gardner. Yeah, I saw the contact. Didn't know if he was going to get through it. They made contact off the turn. Let's go back and watch it. Saved it there for a moment, but I think he might have just ricocheted off the wall. Go back and watch it one more time here. Colton Gardner. Really, probably what we're going to see tonight is, I think, guys, just ricocheting off the wall. Like you said, that high line. So unpredictable. You get up there and you kind of wash up the track coming off the turn. I'm sure that 45 just right there with him. Yeah, they got a little contact. Yeah, he just ricocheted off the wall. Nothing he could do.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that's on the 45 at all. Like, it was two guys racing hard and just a small little bump and then ricocheted off the wall, like you said. I wouldn't put that on the 45.
Yeah. Those two just, yeah. That's a tough one. Obviously, we'll leave it to the race control in there, but that is a tough one. Those two men side by side and just get into each other. Guy on the inside been that close. That gap on the inside is going to close, and you talk about pit stops. Here we go. And I know this is way early 25, so we're going to see if they actually do they change tires? 4 tires? What do you think? I think they change tires.
Got 180 laps, about 6 sets of tires with the ones you started on, 5 more in the pits. You can change tires about every 30 laps and be good. I think we might see him take 4.
Under caution, you're coming on pit road. Everybody's on pit road. I would say yeah. I'm not going to say that nobody won't try a two-tire stop with this place. As I say
think
that,
Tucker
there you
just
go.
did.
Tucker did. So, I mean, as we say that, there goes one. J.P. Jones actually didn't make a pit. Also, now we're going to see the difference in tires. The track is it crucial? Tires actually heavily matter here. Going to give us a good indication. Obviously, two tires will loosen the car up. So, car's a little bit on the tight side. Go.
There's JP going into the pit road, so
I wanted to leave. He needs some penalty somewhere. Something happened to him. Doningland. Man, not the night man Kingsman wants. Had a tough couple weeks.
he really has, and he's typically someone that we watch make his way up through the field to be there at the end.
Gonna hurt a little bit here. Didn't put him a lap down, so he stayed on the lead lap. That's a good sign, but puts him back in the 31st spot. On that wall again here. Tires rim races. That's not always true. I'm going to guarantee your money next week at Auto Club. Keep that thought in the back of your mind. Because you go to Auto Club, you think 4 tires would win. But I've seen guys with no tires stay out and win a lot of races at a track like that because it's just one of those tracks where I reference it a lot, the Auto Club effect. Track position is crucial at that track. Not sure about this one now. And we're about to see, does the 2 tires, can the track position trump the 4 out here? Or will they just make short work here of Tucker? I mean, I don't think they'll make short work, but I think they eventually will get around it.
You can kind of aero block and take air off the cars behind you, but it's not as effective, I would say. So I expect now this is, if there was a time, I'd say now would be the best time to try and see if that's worth the gamble.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You learn it to not do it in the later run.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's another good thing is, hey, say, look, okay, does this work? How long does it work? If it does work, something to look at. Maybe if we get down late in the race and there's a caution with laps to go, 15 to go, something like that. Now we've got only 2 or whatever left. Do I take the 2 tires, get the track position out front? Maybe I definitely know, hey, I'm going to be slower, but can I hold these guys off for 10 laps, 15 laps or so, before they ultimately overtake me? Time will tell. Pace cars in. Here we go. Tucker, Sumter and company up front. Leader's going to send them to the green here. It's green flag. Back in the air. We're racing Spartan. It's a good jump as he should as being the leader. That's up to Cole Macheski, man, Sumter Hamilton right there in the back. And I mean, obviously they're going to have to run it down. It's going to take a couple laps when we get up there to get it done. We'll see, man, if Sumter's able to do it. Battle right here with Cole Macheski. Whoa. And two, another thing too, I reference a lot with the fixed setups too, Wes, when I'm talking about tires. The setups have a lot to do with it too, so it's a whole different ball game with setup, and not doing a lot of. I don't broadcast a lot of leagues that run open setups, so when we're sitting up here talking about on a fixed setup, yeah, Sumter's going to run him down, no problem. On these open style setups where you can set your car up any way you can, it's a different ball game. So it might take Sumter a little bit longer to get up there to him.
Yeah, and that's something I do like with open setups. is just the fact that, hey, it's not going to be the exact same of what we might know if we do like open lobbies and such on iRacing throughout the week. And it gives the guys a little bit of a chance to actually make the car how they like it and even be a little bit faster. So,
yeah. Well,
as you said, it's not guaranteed he's going to catch Tucker.
That lap, Sumter was faster, obviously about a tenth of a lap, which, I talk about lap times a lot. And, this question comes up a lot. Well, what's it take to pass a car? You need, on a track like this, you're going to solidly need a tenth, maybe a tenth and a half. Could be close to 2 tenths to just get up there and just pass it. Go right by him. Anywhere between the 10th and lower, yeah, you're going to eventually get around him, but it's going to take a while. Probably, a lap, 2, etc. But you also mentioned it like right here. That bubble of air could be getting to. I mean, this track is right there on the edge of being just big enough, but still small, to where, like you said, that aero effect of like a 1.5 mile type of tricky triangle or a tricky, the cookie cutter style track would be that it affects you. So, uniquely based track, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and Phoenix, I kind of group in the same here with Gateway with how it's made. Phoenix, of course, being underneath the mile, Gateway here being just over. But they're both unique tracks in the sense where tires can help you a lot, and there's that small bit of aero dependency. Phoenix, though, aero matters a lot more, I believe, just because of how high speed it is.
The thing we're looking like right here is how much does Sumter and Hammonds and them companies want to push those tires. We talked earlier about how long run, etc. Obviously, Tucker's going to be able to loosen that car up. What I'm seeing right now by a lot of these guys bouncing off the wall is some of these cars, even with the setup they've got, are coming out here looking a little tight. And right now, by having those 2 tires, Tucker's able to hold that thing down on the bottom. And, it's kind of balanced or loosened that car up just a little bit.
Whoa!
I don't know who that is, but we all did off the track a little bit. I'm kind of seeing that. It kind of looks like right now, cars are washing up the track just a little. And, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say that's not just, maybe the cars are tight. They've got it tight because they know the track's going to loosen up over time. But it's also just kind of how the track throws you. It throws you towards that outside wall on exits.
The only reason I'm going to go back to Tucker, man, I'm going to hold it down. Those 2 tires definitely will loosen the car up. So he's able to rotate that thing to the turn, and so forth. Now, Sumter, now you're starting to see maybe a little bit of those 4 tires come into play. You start seeing them inch in ever so slightly. He's kind of catching him some. And that's what I was talking about before. He's going to be a little faster. Catching and passing, 2 different things.
And that's always the game. You can catch them, but once you're right behind them, it's going to be a lot more difficult to pass. Like you said, I'm looking, you're maybe going to need 0.2 of a second faster each just to get past the guy on speed alone.
Just to blow right by him. Obviously to get to him, get around him, it's going to take you several laps to do it. And that time right there was an 02 to 15, which was a little over a tenth for Sumter. So it'll get him right there to the back door, man, of Tucker. But again, getting around him is going to be the issue. And at this point in the race, how much do you want to push the issue? That's another thing.
Sumter's a guy that likes to be aggressive to get up to the front. Now, he's not leading, but I'd say I'd be a little complacent here. Tucker's only got 2 tires, you got 4. So I'd just wait behind to see a mistake or see when his tires finally let go.
Yeah, because you got, Hammond's not pushing the issue on you. Floor's not either. Komachevsky. Everybody right now just being kind of really respectful. And again, I put that on this track here.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag? I'm involved in it. Going with that. Back here. 13 right there. Well, the truck going to go down on the inside. Good contact.
Oh, he's hot. Got it slowed down, Gut, though.
Just got into each other. Trying to take same real estate. Not going to work.
No, it's not really going to work. And we talked about turn 4. It seems wide, but the racing line there is so skinny.
Now, here's where it's going to be interesting. The restarts on those two tires is what's going to be, I think it's going to be crucial for Tucker. I think as long as this thing goes green, I think he has that advantage. If we get in a lot of cautions, those two tires, that's where they start taking a beating, I think, over the 4. Constant, cooling, heat cycles, and then the on-off throttle starting. Longer run, I think he's got that advantage, other than the fact that he is the leader, and leader advantage getting out front.
Well, once you go through a heat cycle or two, tires kind of even themselves out more than create a bigger separation. So if he's able to stick it out here on 2 tires for maybe another restart or 2, it's basically going to be like he's on the same tires as Sumter behind him.
See on these restarts here. Tucker, Sumter, Hammonds, Clore, Komacheski. That's the top guys. Got guys in the back going on pit road. Looks like we're back 15th on back. They do go only. Tires back there. Not bad so far. I mean, again, Gateway is just one of these tracks where you come in here, edge of driving. It doesn't look like it, but you're far. I mean, I don't know. It's just something about the aura of Gateway as a track itself. All right. Line them up 2 by 2. Here we go. Tucker, Sumter. Hammonds, Clore, Komacheski. Pace car. Enjoying the race out there so far. 23 fans out there. Who's 20?
Oils.
Okay, well, he's right back. He plays spot. Just pitted. Let's see if he can make up some ground through the field. Here we go. He's set to go green. Tucker, the man up front, leading it. Going. Off on that pace car. Spartan Sim Racing League here, Master Series. Pace cars in. Tucker, Sumter, Hammond, Clore, Komacheski. The restart zone here.
Green flag, green
Back
flag.
green here at Gateway. This is what
Great
Tucker wants
jump by
to see.
Tucker.
Yeah. And it's what Tucker wants to see them guys behind him battle.
Yeah, and I think Sumter's going to be clear. They're off of 2 now.
Car go real slow. I don't know who that is. It's not Alphen, but that's Ibby. Low. He's coming back on pit road. I think he got a little damage. Had to modulate a little bit back there in the back. Bruce Mocker, Ginningsman, here on 22nd, 23rd. They're in the mix of it right there. Not where they want to be at, though. Tucker, Gardner, and JP. Okay. Tucker out front. Sumter's there with him. Gardner's. Tom Gardner. JP's back 29th. I don't see Gardner. You see Gardner?
Yes, the 40 car. It's in back 28th.
Okay. Ah, there he is. Colton Gardner. Okay. 28th right there with JP Jones. Meanwhile, it's all this man up front here, Tucker. He's got a line behind him. Duncan, Olmacheski, Hammonds, Sumter, Floor, Phillips. Kind of got to go way back here in the back. Okay, some guys, man. That right there. Looks like Nicotera. They're locked, battling just a little bit. For a lot of your side-by-side actions going on. Nicotera. Even's right behind him.
Yeah, and this is that little cluster that you're talking about, people where they just pop side by side for a second. Mm-hmm. And always always fun to see, but that's just gonna wear your tires out a little bit more, really racing against someone.
You know, Boyles, he did pit it on that lap 41, got 4 tires. We're just way up to 11. I will say that this is probably, you know, here where he should have a pretty good advantage, a little bit of advantage on the guys up there with the old, you know, kind of an older set of tires. Ran over that time a little faster, 23:31 to the guys up front. But here's where he likes. I mean, just pick them off one by one. You can see it here. That's about what, 15 lap different tires look like. Kind of what I'd expect at this track anyway. Now, if this was Auto Club, going to need about 40, 50 lap different tires. Come through. Here, I think with this 15, 20 lap difference, yeah, he's making short work of a lot of these guys.
Yeah, and it's because his car likes to stick it a lot more easily.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, like I said, you want to be close to the bottom there. That's just going to conserve you tire wear and give you the fastest way around the track because you're not sliding as much, and being able to put the car there a little bit easier than the other is going to help you do that.
You know, in the field, not that far separated. Between the top to the bottom, maybe about 8-9 seconds separates the whole 30-some car field here. Not like, man, that everybody's fully separated a lot. So you can see Boyles coming through this field here. He's working over a car. Had him there for a moment, had to bounce back. Behind him, he's just going to try that. That's a tall tire. He's going to drive that thing in that turn like that. Makes you feel good when they hold.
It really does. And not just holding, but about 0.4 of a second ahead of second or something.
Side by side back here around about the 11th place spot. Zell, Latham, Sanchez right there with him too. He's a blinking. I don't know what you want to see. Kroll don't want to see that. Car. Right there, Gizmo. It is pink and white.
Not quite Pepto-Bismol.
Pink and white. Hey, Pepto. He could have heartburn. After eating everything, thank you.
Yeah, I had to take some as well.
Well, let's left them right there in the ninth place spot. Got a energy drink he's got on the side of that thing, so I guess heck, you might need some Pepto Active. Drink some of those too. You never know. So hey, kind of riding along there. Oil still picking them off one by one, coming through the field here, trying to work over Clore. And the man up front, Tucker, still leading this one with Sumter there. I think Sumter at this point is just kind of, settled out, want to ride. Komachevsky's there with him too, and really, Phillips. Someone's falling back a little bit here. Phillips is up 8 spots. Komachevsky's up 3. And we're watching though. Here's Boyles. He's got those tires. He's coming.
Yeah, he's coming, and then falling back just a little bit. The 26 of Hammond starting 3rd. He's now 11th.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, he's falling off the pace once. He's in there. Pitted a lot with those guys up front. That car's just definitely not. Oh, he's got damage.
Yeah, right there, right front. That'll do it to you.
Yeah, just noticed it. That's see a little bit right there. Unfortunate, man, to him. Good shot of it right there. Yeah, that's gonna. Don't know if it hurt, maybe the toe, suspension or anything, but it definitely gonna hurt, how that car reacts going around here, and that's probably a lot to do with him falling back. Where you got that damage? Probably bounced off the wall somewhere. Definitely affecting it. They're making it a little bit tight, they don't like that.
Now, you want to talk about tight. This is going to be tight here on exit if they do end up going 3. But I think they're just going to stay out of it.
Yeah, what's hurting right now is you got Stevens right behind him there with Wenzel. Wenzel's on the inside there. Stevens on that outside. Well, Stevens might be well, it was a touch faster, and they got together, and he saved it. Is he going to be able to save it? No, he overcorrected. I think he had it saved, and that's going to bring it off. Wow.
And I think it was Gage over there, Gage Winsel. He also, I think he's got damage on his nose as well.
He does. He had damage on that nose. And watch it real time. Watch it again here. What I was about to say though here is, he's sitting there in that spot. Nothing he can do. Stevens a little bit faster than what those cars were in front of him and beside of him. Kind of stuck. See, it looks like, man, he just came up a bit, got it going, corrected, couldn't miss. All right, caution. You come in the pits now, top guys. I think you do. You put it on lap 25. I think we'll see everybody go. Everybody's on pit road. And even Boyles. I know Boyles just pitted at lap 41, but he made up a heck ton of positions here. Why not come in with him? Don't want to lose anything. My question is, does he take 2 tires? Lap 61, he's got 20 laps on those tires. I think he takes 4. Take 2. What do you think?
I mean, seeing how good Tucker was at maintaining on 2, I think Boyles would probably take the gamble.
I'd say about 20 laps on the set of tires he's got on it. Could get him out front. And on the safe route. Hurt him a little bit on the pit road.
Yeah,
All the way back to 13th.
Clora and Prol both took 2 there.
All took 2, you're right. A couple guys didn't pit. JP Jones, Dave Fuge, and Gerlach and Medina. So your top 4 didn't pit. So you got to look back here at Shane Glore. So I don't know. Bulls maybe only lost maybe that you did pit. I lost maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. Tucker losing one on that. Cross back to 3rd. He get 4 tires, so we'll see. Following here tonight at Gateway.
Yeah, it's been looking pretty good. We haven't had that long green flag run to take us to the end of the fuel cycle.
No.
But we've had good about 20 or so lap burst, I would say, which is not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, they went green flag enough to see that, start seeing what the tires will do. You're right, haven't been able to take it to the higher pit cycle or so forth, but they've been able to take it far enough to where they can start saying, okay, I can see what my tires are going to do on a run, you know. That. So, here we go. Let's see what old Medina, Gerlach, Roll and company up here can do. Can they hold off these guys behind them? And how aggressive is Klure, Tucker, Sumter, and them going to want to try to get up front? You know, this is where you can get yourself in a little trouble. Let's see. Pace car's in. Have to go green. And the 2 tires, man, have worked pretty good. Let's see if the older set of tires
Green.
worked really well. As green flags out. We're back racing here at Gateway. Front guys, they have to be very careful because those things, I mean, those tires are, and you can see already, and this is where you get tight. Pro, those 2 tires able to make short work and get to the front. Wow, here we go. Here comes Tucker too. Oh, but he's going to get blocked. That helps out, helps out Klure and Gerlach. Tucker, yeah, Tucker's going to have to eventually. I don't think, doesn't look like he's going to give up that inside. The 80-80 is. Tucker's going to have to go to that outside. Ooh, into the wall, 48, Medina.
Yeah, it's going to be real. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, he's going to mind his P's and Q's to stay up high. Say, okay, guys, just going around me. Good job on his end.
Just come on through. Come on through.
Yeah, good job. And it's a good job on his end there, too. Out for the lead. Klure, poor old. Well, right now with those 2 tires, and they might make a liar out of him. 2 tires might be. Oh, we got a big one in the back here. Oh, and I'm hoping it's not what I'm thinking. We're going to go back and watch. When we were watching the lap car there, he got bumped in the back. Tina did. I would decipher because there were a lot of cars, man. Medina go up high.
Go up in the wall.
Like call. Right here was called. Okay, so it's a 52 ricocheted off the wall, got down, and then right there in the 23 machine, and then it's just a pile up. Okay, so.
The 52?
52.
That would have been Jeremy Sumter.
Something. He went there, nothing the 88 could do. Down.
And just everybody there on the inside and even on the outside, nowhere to go.
Got a good run going. shot one. Yeah. Ricochet off, and then from there, just everybody involved. Nothing you can do. 6. I don't think the that car was involved or anything in this one. Unfortunate. A lot of guys. 3 wide right there. Gets up to the 88. Came down just a little bit. Ricochet off, and then from there, it's just that track closes up. Oh, nothing you can do. I mean, look at that. Nobody can go anywhere.
No, that's whole track width is just blocked by cars.
Parking lot.
That's going to be a lot of cars out as well.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunate. You know, some good cars, too. You know, like Genningsman, man, was involved in that. Genningsman involved in that. Had something involved. It rode something.
I think I saw Van Scoik in that as well. Gage Wenzel.
And Boyles, I think, was a little bit in that one, too. Actually, Duncan. I was able to get back off, though. Maybe some of these guys, man, yeah, you can see, you know, fenders in there, maybe not out of the race, but their night pretty much going to cut short to be able to get to the front here to win this race. All right, man, dog, you have a good one out there. Pro was able to hang on up front.
Yeah, Dylan, man. Take the time off if you need to. Have a good one.
Big one struck at Gateway. You can just see how this track, it just closes up so. All right, line them up 2 by 2 and set to go back green. Go. What been doing these 2 tires here, man? Wes Tucker been able to maintain pretty good. Maybe 2 tires is the secret here.
Like we said, that's just going to help you wrap the turn a little bit more, get you a little looser. So it could be something that, hey, come late race, say maybe 10 to go, you still got a set of tires. Everybody still got a set of tires. You take 2.
I'm with you. Go 2. Pace cars in. Pro company up front, McClure. It's a restart zone. We're back racing.
Green, green,
flag
green.
here. Wide Technology Park here, Gateway. They're racing hard there in a second. Got Tucker, man, along with Cole Macheski there. Zach Holloman. Nobody wants to give an inch, man. Try to get everything they can on this restart.
These top 4, they've also just broken away from the rest of the pack.
Absolutely. Lower though, man, on that inside.
Yeah, we talked about 2 tires not being a little superpower, but Floor just said, nope,
Well,
it's 4.
Floor has 2 tires.
Oh,
Yeah, so Floor and him both have the 2 tires up front. He only had a 10-second pit stop that last time, lap 61, along with Proles 9. So they're going with the 2 tire stop. See Tucker and Komacheski with the 4 tires.
Yep.
Tucker, man, right now is going to go to slide down on the inside there. Not going to make that pass yet, though.
It's going to be, should be clear here. Very, very tight squeeze, but he made it.
There he did. Macheski there, Tucker. Macheski on the back door.
Yeah, he is. He's really pushing that 8 car. Now Tucker's cleared a second. There's going to be a very wide here through 3 and 4.
And he was putting a stamp of approval on the back bumper of that thing. Just halfway home in this one. Tucker. What's that?
Yeah, I was about to say at the same time, these 3 back here, Tucker, Kolmacheski, and Pro, them battling a little bit. It gave Clore about an 8/10 of a second lead, but now it's starting to go down.
Ran a pretty fast lap that time, 68 to 05, so we'll see if we can maintain it. But it's kind of single file all the way through the field. Look at that. Inningsman, man. Hang on. 14th. Don't count me out yet. A little loose there off the turn.
The yellow flag is out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I saw him bounce off the wall back there, but had it covered. Stay below now. Awesome.
Ooh. Ooh, caught the 20, the 00 right there as well.
But then, all right, so I think we came out Monday, puts us under caution here. Ooh, Tucker. What we've learned tonight so far is the 2 tires actually are working out pretty good. Surprisingly. Question is, can Tucker and him get around it?
I mean, possible. Tucker, of course, he's got 4 tires, like we said, compared to Clore's 2. But as the leader, they get such an amazing jump to where they can scramble out and then it's just slowly clawing back.
Stevens. Jorgensen. He's up 21 spots there in 7th. The Charger so far. Anybody else? Yeah, hard Charger. Good run for him there in 7th. up here. Or can hold them off. All right, pace cars in. Back green here, Gateway. Spartan Sim Racing League here, the Master Series.
Green, green, green.
Back green, Clore, the leader. He gets a good jump. Now, what he wants to see is, like talking before, Cole Macheski and Tucker maybe battle a little bit.
No, Tucker went right with him as well. He's on the outside of Clore. Off a too tight squeeze, but you know what? They'll live.
Well, if those two tires can hold him off on the inside. No, Tucker drove that thing down in that outside lane.
This is where we've seen some accidents happen.
Ooh. Hated squeeze on that one. Tucker to the lead. Power move to the outside. And I think that was what Tucker had to do. He had to power that thing up there because if Clore would have got going, he'd have been gone.
Probably the best move to make, and now it's just using that little bit of aero blockage that you can to keep him behind you.
Yes.
As Cole Macheski, he's up the inside of Clore there for a second, backs out of it.
I'm just not able to make the move now right there what Tucker was able to make. So we'll see what Clore's able to do. Able to fight back here on Tucker, though. That's going to be the question. Oh,
It's
not like that.
Definitely can't have hit the
Oh,
wall
he
exit
hurt
right
that
there.
car. He hurt it hard. I mean, he hurt that thing. Wow, look at that. Ouch. That is damage you don't want to have.
No, it's going to be a lot like what we saw with Hammonds. He might start dropping back through the field with that damage, but his car still seems to be pretty good right now.
As long as it didn't hurt the steering, might be okay. We'll have to see, but part of a lick right there. All right, now Tucker's still out front. Cole Macheski's still not able to get around him. Of course, still able to hang on there in second. Good damage. Let's see how it affects him as the run goes on. Like you was talking about the Jorgensen, up 21 spots. 7th.
Yeah, that's staying out of the couple of wrecks ahead of him. I'd say because that huge one that we saw on the front stretch about two or so wrecks ago, that jumbled up the field a lot because a lot of the front runners, the big names that we knew of, they got included in that, and now they're deep into the field.
Yeah, and probably the worst thing here there, Boyles, who was coming through the field earlier on, got caught up in that huge wreck back in 31st. Just, man, tragic on his end. All right, now Dowlington, did he get caught up in a wreck earlier on or spun or something, didn't he?
He did. It was him and the 13, 2 cars behind him.
Yeah, back up 15 spots here in 8th, so what a bounce back. Yeah, Bender, all right. Good bounce back for him there in 10th. Going for those guys then. Airlock right there. So everybody just finding their P's and Q's here so far. Dina pour a Marlboro pack. Crunched up a little bit, that's all.
That's definitely got a couple missing from inside it.
Maintaining down 14. Car's going to be able to go right by him, though, make short work of him. It's Tucker out front. Floor's still been able to hold on to that second. He's got a rear view mirror full of Kovacic.
Yeah, and I think this is about right now. Tires have kind of evened out. It doesn't matter 4 versus 2 at this point anymore. They've gone through a heat cycle and they've ran the same amount of laps, so tires are about dead even.
Fine though. He's a touch faster, but we talked earlier about just how hard it is to pass, and there he goes, able to make that pass on him. Able to clear in the next turn. Cleared in that turn. Combination between the damage and maybe the 2 tires might be sharp to show up just a little bit there for Clore. And Tucker may get back to back here.
He's definitely going to be looking to make it back to back.
Old Macheski right there, and he's climbing in on the back end here, Tucker.
Yeah, he's not exactly flown away from the other group of cars. It's still these top 3. They're all single. They're kind of their own group, and then Pro's a little bit back there in 4th. So not exactly running away with it, and I don't think he's pushing that hard either, to be honest. I think he's a little content with, riding it out, get some more green flag laps under the belt.
Absolutely. Right here with Cole Macheski trying to run down Tucker. Once Tucker's got out front, not too many people have been able to do it. The car's a little bit split coming off those turns. It's 4th gear there, wasn't 3 and 4.
Yeah, and that's about the normal.
We're all the way down to 3rd. No, 1 and 2. Ooh, there. Bobble.
Yeah, 1 and 2, it's so tight, so slow. If you try to stay in 4th or even 5th, you're going to be waiting forever for that car to get going.
Tucker. He's not as smooth as you think. I mean, the car looks smooth from the outside, but you see him sawing on that wheel, hanging on to it. Oh, right there, it snapped a little bit as we went through the 50. Down the 3rd, see he had to catch it.
And you can choose to shift down before the corner entry, but that slows you down a lot more than in the middle shifting. Granted, as we've talked about, if you shift mid-turn without your wheel being straight, good chance you loop it on yourself.
Yeah. All right there, I like what he did right there before he went in 3rd. He had the thing stable, obviously in the middle of the turn, but it was kind of just went straight on the turn before. Yeah, kind of what you want to do. You're talking about like right here, if you was going to 3rd, you're really struggling with the car. Could actually happen at least. Another thing I noticed about his is he's got that 4th and 5th. His car's way straight before he does it. Watch Kovaceski here. Comes out of the turn. Have to watch here.
Whoa!
Watch here. And 4th. fourth right now. How far he goes before he actually shifts her back in. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm halfway down. I'm going to put road. Because he spun and crashed. Let's go back and watch, see what happened. Well, not the night something wants. Get caught up in a mess earlier on. Got him in a thing and he just loaded up and got tapped in the back by the 49. And
didn't loop her right there, but there's the loop. And I think as we were on board with Tucker, I think we saw a car go into pit lane, and it was that 52.
Yep. Oh. Might be done right there. Unfortunate man for Sumter, but it's all Tucker out front. Cole Macheski there with him. Lower. With that damage still maintaining there in third, but he's got Prohl coming. We'll see, how long it's going to take Prohl to get up there to him.
And with how well he's maintaining, I don't think that damage was too bad.
You've got bad Wi-Fi. Okay, somebody says Wi-Fi's bad. All right, well, I hope I'd be racing with Wi-Fi to begin with. If I could help. Bender, man. Like earlier, look at him. He's up down to 6. Never give up attitude right there.
Squeaker, that would be Gage Winsel. That just said his Wi-Fi sucked.
Oh, okay. Well, Gage, that thing done been hardwired. This battle back here, Ireland, Duncan. Wow.
And they might want to sort this out before getting into the turn.
Yeah, I think they did. I think the 12 said, "Nah, y'all can have it." He saw that one happening.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see, especially if you're on the outside. Don't go 3 wide into 1 and 2.
No. Fight another day on this one. They go. Duncan car right there. Alex Carr, great. We actually on a pretty good long green flag run. Tucker's out front and Omacheski closing in again. He pitted lap 61, so this is 3 laps is about the longest green flag run we've had so far.
61 and 76, 30 or so laps, but yeah, it's pretty decent, very decent green flag run.
Okay.
We did since we've had a couple of restarts.
I see Duncan right there pitted us. Okay, well, 25 laps. He's not giving up. I haven't seen anybody run down Tucker. I'm going to run for it up front. Dean Watson. Oh. The racecraft. Really ask, what's the racecraft on this team? Is that the setups or? Team Watson, I get that one.
I can't tell you because I know Team Watson, they have their own setups that they use as well. That might be somebody that Cole Macheski personally uses.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Dude, a lot of these guys have their own setup places that they go to. Team Pontiac. Obviously, right there with Clore, Ed Watson. Komacheski all over the back door here, Tucker. Can't get that run, get a pass on him. Past 100 in this one. Been a good solid here tonight so far, folks. We're in Gateway tonight here for the Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. We'll step away, take a quick commercial break. It's a pretty good green flag. We'll be right back here in a few.
Welcome to Team Red, White, and Blue. Thank you so much for joining our team. My name is Mike Irwin, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director. When I founded Team RWB in 2010, our initial focus centered on veteran transition and reintegration into civilian life. But as the large-scale deployments have slowed down, the military's ability to support reintegration has improved, hundreds of thousands of veterans have used their GI Bill, and companies have prioritized hiring veterans, the overall mental, physical, and emotional health of the veteran community still has a long way to go. And Team RWB has a major leadership role to play. And that means that we need you. We need you to close out this video and to know that you didn't just join a listserv or download an app. You joined a team composed of real people, over 200,000 strong, who are veterans on active duty in the National Guard or Reserves or civilian supporters. And these people, who we refer to as the Eagles, want you to get involved in Team RWB. Why is it so important for you to become an active member of the team? Because when you do, we know that it will improve your mental and physical health, help you to develop new and meaningful relationships in your life, and provide you with a sense of purpose that comes from belonging to something bigger than yourself. Over the past decade, veterans struggling with the invisible wounds of war and post-military life have told us how important physical fitness has been to them. Running has helped veterans battle nightmares. Triathlons have helped with headaches, and CrossFit has enabled them to sleep better. These fitness activities, along with others, have made them more confident and healthy people. Unfortunately, millions of veterans have forgotten about the power of physical training in their lives. So as you get involved and see the power of Team RWB in your own life, I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other veterans and encourage them to follow in your footsteps. In closing, I want to again thank you for stepping forward and joining Team Red, White, and Blue. We're fired up to have you on the team, and I know that you're going to be flying the Eagle with pride for a long time.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I want to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
We're back, and man, you didn't miss anything there. You just saw it, and you saw the pass for the lead as Cole Macheski finally got around Tucker, and now Tucker's got to worry about Clore because a little scary moment there for Tucker as we'll back here, man, on that the pass here. This was a battle early on for the lead. It was watching the two guys up there, Cole Macheski and Tucker, battling each other here. This is the pass. Side by side there in the turn. Took him about a lap to get it done, but able to get it done. And then Tucker, man, with a little scare there. That thing got wicked loose on him.
Yeah, and that was probably gassing it up early to stay right alongside the 69. Car wasn't quite
there.
straight and just went around. Great save, though, at the end.
Yeah, so, that was the pass for the lead. And that put Cole Macheski out front, Tucker there. And we were just talking during the break there about tires. Beginning of the race, we wasn't sure about 2 tires, 4 tires, how they were going to fare here tonight. So far, it's looking like these tires definitely might be trumping the 4. And it's something to think about. And now you can see, actually, Cole with that damage in the 2 tires, he's working over Tucker.
Yeah, we were also talking about the damage with Clore as well during the break. Not really entering him, though. Either there's no damage to the steering or it's very minimal to where he's able to run with it. But he's still right up there with these 2 guys. Cole Macheski now, he's ran off. It's Tucker kind of holding up the 72.
Talked earlier about the heavy car set up for a long run. Looks like Cole Macheski does. This is the longest run we've had tonight on any of the runs here. So I think now we're starting to see what guys might have a better setup on that long run and with a 4-tire style setup. Tucker might be fading just a little. And Clore's there. Pro earlier on, man, he took 2 tires in the gamble and it's paid off. It's kept him up here to 4th as he hangs on there trying to see if he can't claw his way up there to the top guys along with Bender. He got caught up in a wreck earlier. And right up here in 5th place spot. So what a bounce back for him.
And Jorgensen, who we've also talked about, he was running up in 7th. He's dropped back to 11th for a little bit. And still up 17 spots. A lot of these guys, some great movement. Just time to see what a long run truly can do on your car.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now it looks like Cole Macheski's got the long run machine out there, out front leading. The battle going on back here around about 10th place spot, 8th, 9th, 10th. Carr, Holloman, and Alex Carr. They can't. Probably asked that
Not
before.
sure. I think he did.
I did. Matter of fact, I might answer it. Go back and look. Now you see Holloman back there in the 10th place. Jorgensen, man, has moved back in the 11th. He's up 17th spot with Donaldson there along with him. Genningsman there in the 18th. Let's go Holloman. All right, well, Holloman's got a little bit of work to do. He is up 10 spots. He is in 10th place. Sitting on lap 61. Yeah, doing too bad. This is the longest. They keep going. We might actually see green flag pit stop.
It's possible, and I always love to see him because that takes strategy of how long you're on pit road. It's not just the crew that might slow you down. It's if you got damage in your actual, and honestly, it relies on the driver a lot more than anything to make sure they get to pit road speed, keep it there to maintain it, to not go over, but also not give up too much speed on entry and exit.
Yeah, and that's number 1 place, pit road. You see more races, kind of, won and lost off that. Back there, that's can't score them, unfortunately, popping the wall over. We've seen that all night long. But yeah, a lot of races won and lost on pit road, making mistakes, like you said. I call them mental mistakes. And then it happens. And still this battle here with Clore. Clore's still trying to work over Carr. I don't know if he's able to get him this time. It's like Tucker, those come around, that long run with those 4 tires, just not working out well for him.
No, he's definitely fallen a little bit back. Prohl now, he's behind Van Squeek. Van Squake being a lap down compared to Prohl, but still gaining on Tucker a little bit, about 0.2 of a lap faster that last time around.
And Prohl ever so slightly trying to work his way up there. He can't maybe try to sneak up there and take a position away. Last time, and we got the first taker on pit road, old Ben Stevens. We're going to start seeing maybe some of these guys, because we're in that 60 lap mark for guys who pitted at lap 61. We're close to it.
Yeah, we talked about fuel being about 75 laps, but not sure if the tires would make it that way. Cautions do help, but eventually your tires are going to be dead and you need new ones.
Yeah. Question is when does Cole Macheski come in? Now, you talk about first one. Duncan was the first one. He did take tires. Yeah, did a little damage there, too. For a second stop. But he was the first one in lap 76. And you can see he's got himself up there to 7th. Be interesting to see when he comes on pit road, he's coming in with everybody else. Well, Bender's on pit road now. A lot of those lap 61 pit stop guys starting to come in now. We're getting with the lap 30, 40, plus that's probably 80 laps.
50 laps.
Yeah.
50 laps for the two that came through on the 70 since the last caution and restart.
Yeah.
But then they also had another 15 or so when the top guys were last on pit road.
Yeah, but Cole Macheski being in the pitted at lap 61, even though we had a caution in between there, did not pit. He's working almost 70 laps here.
And I'm honestly quite surprised tires managed to last that long.
Looks pretty smooth.
I mean, we saw with Tucker, though, looks smooth on the outside, not necessarily smooth from the driver's perspective.
Yeah, we'll ride here and see. I mean, now he can be a little calmer right now. He has a 2-second lead. That looked too bad right there. You know, another thing when we was riding with him earlier on, he was riding behind Tucker, and we talk about the dirty air, it could upset the car a little bit. But again, too, there's a lot of variables here. One, he has a 2.5 second lead almost. He can afford to take it a little bit easier now, along with everybody else he knows is going to take it easy too. So kind of helps in general, but for the most part, he looks pretty calm.
Pretty calm and really smooth. So smooth both outside and inside the car.
Let's watch Kalor. I'm going to put a little bit more wheel input into it right there going in the turn. That kind of tells me that maybe that damage, and he's going to come on pit road, and maybe that damage maybe it's making that car just a tad tight. I was watching Tucker earlier on. Tucker's still wrestling with that thing. And that's kind of, now there's the difference. That's why Cole Macheski's out front. You see where Tucker now is fighting with his car. That thing has gotten extremely loose on him. Well, Macheski's has just kind of got dialed in. And yeah, there's your difference right there. That's why one's out front, one's in second. He is driving a Neil Hannon car, and I had a feeling it won't be long and he'll be coming on pit road.
Not going to be long indeed with how much he's fighting that wheel.
Yeah, you got Prohl coming up on the back end. I mean, Prohl has just closed that gap. Doesn't even look like Tucker's going to fight him.
No,
Tucker
he's not.
Car, so.
He knows his car's not as good. That's also a teammate. He's not going to fight him too hard if he's got a better car.
I'm going to safe to say, I'm going to say Tucker's probably going to be on pit road. He's trying to stay out as long as he can. That way he can go towards the end of this race. We're getting close to about only 40 laps left in this one. So Zach would be the next one coming up here on Tucker. Now, ultimately, I know if Tucker comes in on pit road, takes 4 tires, and they go, and this Cole Macheski, our leader's on pit road now. And he comes on pit road, if we go, I don't know, 20 laps and then about 20, 15 laps to the end, and a caution comes out, I know Tucker might be chomping at the bit there because he's going to put those 2 tires on at that point.
Yeah, within about 20 to go, if you've ran around, I'd say 10 to 15, at most 15 laps on the set of tires you had just put on, that's when I'd gamble to take the 2.
Yeah. Now, I think that's what Tucker really wants to set up, how he'd like it. I mean, if it keeps staying green like this, though, probably got him a little bit out of the game plan that he had earlier on. You see Tucker now on pit road. Because at this point, he's going to have to take 4 tires. It's going to force him to. But again, if we go 20 laps, caution comes. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say he's going to put 2 tires on at that point. The car ran so well on 2 tires, and then there's the middle mistake we were talking about. Just that little bit of slide, man, can be devastating on a track. Wow. He had a great pit stop, 13.6. And a great pit stop off, but just that little bobble is going to make him lose even more time to Cole Macheski. Where I think actually going to, Ben Stevens going to get around him, but yeah, I mean, where he wasn't that far back from Cole Macheski, now he's 2.5. 2.5 seconds back.
On pit lane entry. 21. That was Alex's car.
Alex's car. Okay.
He was wide on pit road entry and mowed the lawn a bit.
There he is. She didn't spin it. Everybody coming on pit road now. Duncan obviously pitted on lap 76, so he's probably going to stay out a little bit longer. Jorgensen pitted at 67, 76 for him, and got Latham at 76. Dave Fuge at 76, 67 there for JP. So a lot of the guys are out now are the ones who pitted. I mean, Shane Clore is the first one at 29, Bender at 25. What would be devastating is a caution at this point. I think those guys do not want to see it. I wouldn't think they want to see it.
I wouldn't want to see it either, and especially if you're a lap down, so like Art Nicotera, Chad Kibbe, Boyle, Salter. I definitely wouldn't want to see it there. Zodiac, Van Scoyk, Prohl, Holloman. You don't want to see a caution flag there. Tucker, he's back on the lead lap, so he might not mind it. It might save his race a bit. And then also, if you haven't pitted yet, I wouldn't want to see the caution because that kind of does move you towards the back for everybody that has pitted.
Absolutely. Well, Hammond's on pit road. Tucker's still back there in the back, around about the 11th place spot. The thing is, he's almost 3 seconds back from Cole Macheski. And once this thing cycles around, Macheski's going to make short work here at Bender. Try to run down JP Jones. A little bit of time to do it there. So about 2.5 seconds. Floor, who had that damage, put a little earlier than those guys up there. You can see Cole Macheski in his rear view back there. He's about 2 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, that's simply due to short pitting. He put fresh tires on while everybody else was still on a little bit of old tires. That's when you see a little bit of that gap of fresh versus new.
Sure. how well it holds up. I mean, Cole Macheski's coming. He's dropped it down to 1.8, so it won't take long. It's going to probably take, I'll say, a solid 5 to maybe 8 laps when you get there. Hey, you'll eventually get there, though. And 23 to 50, yeah, it might take about 2. He will get there.
Oh,
and especially if he keeps
definitely
doing
gonna get
that.
there with the wall.
Yeah, if he keeps doing that, he's going to get there. I mean, because after a while, that front end's going to be like, look, man, I'm not taking too much of this beating, you know. I'm getting hurt enough up here as it is.
Yeah, that will just keep piling up. As you said, I can only take so much. It keeps piling up, and eventually your steering ain't going to be feeling just the way it should be.
No. Jorgensen on pit road. Duncan should be coming on here, man, soon. Latham right there along with it. So what we're looking at is the battle here with Core, because it's going to cycle with him being the leader unless Cole Macheski just runs him down and catches him beforehand. Cole Macheski's going to be right there with him. And then obviously you've got Dave is yet to make a pit stop there with Latham. But you've got Bender, Tucker. This is a position where Tucker, I just don't think he wants to be in this position right here. I think I feel like his car was way better with those 2 tires earlier on.
I think it was, and I think it's also this long green flag run. His car didn't quite like it, so he dropped back and lost a lot of time to Core and Cole Macheski out front.
Absolutely. Come on, Shane. Shane? Where's Shane at? Shane Clore? Well, the problem Clore's running into right now is obviously damage. We don't know how the extent of that is and how bad it's affecting the car. 2, obviously when he pitted. He pitted at 29 to 32 at Cole Macheski. It's just going to be a matter of time. Cole Macheski, I mean, he's there. He's going to make the pass. Can Clore still hang on to a top 3? I think he can.
Yeah, I definitely think he could. Cole Macheski, you're right on his back, though. It's going to give him a little bit, anxious, especially if Cole Macheski can be right there on his rear bumper without touching him. It's going to take a lot of air off the back of that car.
It will. Very, very mindful of the guy behind you. Duncan's still leading this one. He's yet to come in pit road. Did pit at lap 76. Down to the closing laps in this one here tonight. Gateway Worldwide Technology Center here tonight. Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. And it actually has been I'm going to say more of a technical style oval race. You know, we've seen some pit strategies play out. We've seen some guys have some trouble. 2 tires, 4 tires. We've seen I'm going to say some good green flag runs. Yes, we've seen some cautions. We saw a big one out there. But for the most part, man, this one has a little bit of everything on it.
And we've had, of course, the several cautions that we've seen, but now this long run, this is what I love to see. We've gone through pit cycle at this point, and just watching how different cars are on the long run. That's what I always like. I want to see if a car gets looser, if it gets tighter, who's going to fall off, who actually comes forward.
Well, Macheski made the pass. About 7 seconds back from Duncan. Duncan's still going to have to make a pit stop. There's no way that he's making it all the way. There comes a Latham and Fuge. They're both on pit road. Duncan's going to have to. It's going to put Cole Macheski out front. Floor's going to be there in second. Tucker there in the 3rd place spot. Alfred, and here comes Duncan on pit road now. Duncan. Okay. Bender up to 4th. What a run, bounce back.
They got involved with Donnellan there in one of our early cautions where they just kind of met each other on the exit of 4. Great bounce back for Bender for sure. Duncan bounce back. He's in the top 10. or not Duncan, but Donnellan.
Ooh. Stevens right there behind him. Kroll having a good run there in the 6th place spot along with Carr. Bozak, and he was talking about Donnellan there up in 9th. Great Carr. 10th place spot. Main man up front here though, Klomacheski. How much? Clore's not done. Hey? I think maybe he's just trying to size up old Klomacheski.
Size him up, save some tire life for later on in the run if it keeps going green.
My bad. My bad. I said Clore. I did look like Clore's car. Whoops. My bad, folks. I got everybody excited for Clore. That's actually a lap down car up there. They do look kind of. Look at them real quick. They look kind of faint. Sorry about that, folks. How much does Klomacheski want to race this lap car, though? Clore's still hanging on back there in second, though. Oh, not sure what that is. The guy on pit road. For sure. All right. Tucker got enough to get up here. Get it done.
I want to say he's a lock-in for top 3 at least. He probably made some changes that last pit stop to get his car, seeing that, hey, we're going to be on a bit on the longer runs, so.
Yeah. Probably stuck with the 4-tire strategy. Let's just battle back here. Kroll and Carr. Stevens right there along with it. Stevens. Idling. About 25 to go in this one. Solid race here. Yeah, all in all, I think this has been a pretty successful one here tonight. I think the scare of Gateway, what we talked about earlier, place to come in here maybe a little bit nervous.
Yeah, and it's kind of calmed him down, made him not quite dive bomb happy into the turn. You back it up a little bit just to make sure you can get through without killing yourself and another driver.
Yeah, there you go. And I think you're 100% right on that one. Not, like I said, not dive bomb happy. I don't want to come in here and obviously get yourself involved in a wreck or so forth. Yeah, I'm watching this battle here. Stevens and Carr right there behind him.
These two right on top of each other, just inside the top 10 at 9th and 10th. Nice little battle here, being respectful, giving each other room, but still racing hard. Oh, it's going to shove the 78 right up into the way of the 22.
Bang. Battling hard back here from around 8th, 9th, and 10th. Stevens going to drop to 10th. Carr's going to move it right up there in the 9th place spot. Only 2 to go in this one. The floor still hanging on there. Down to 1.5 between him and Tucker. Ever so slightly, gaining. Macheski, though, the man out front, leading it.
It's about that middle of the run. They last came on pit road. Tucker did 133, so good, about 50. No, not 50, about just over 25 laps on this set of tires, so about quarter of the way, third of the way through the run here. Oh. And that's when we kind of saw Tucker. He was able to get going. Cole Macheski, though, he seems to have just a great all-around car. Came in 132, so he's over, or not over yet, but nearly 30 laps into his.
Last time was last time before that was 08, 09, 04. That time, unfortunately, had to go around some lap traffic, so 31, but still 09, 03, 4, and Tucker. So, I mean, the top 3 in a nutshell are running within 300-400 of each other. But that being said, you're not going to see any of those guys just run up on the back end of each other there. Staying pretty dead even. Bender right there in the 4th place spot with Kroll. The car. Donnellan there. Good one.
Yeah, and again, I just want to say a great bounce back for both Bender and Donnellan.
Absolutely. Got caught up in the Bender got caught in that wreck early. Like you said, bounce back. Donnellan himself there. Get a top 10 out of this. Not bad. Folks, I'll tell you what, it's been a good solid one here tonight. Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series, and Cole Macheski is looking good to maybe put this thing in victory lane. How far to go here tonight as we're running them down about 16 to go. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and shopping on Black Friday or not. Go out and shop any a little bit?
I actually work during Black Friday, so I don't get that day off. I've got to be at work ready to help.
Oh, okay. So you got to see all the shops.
Yes, but no, I don't work in a retail store, so thankfully I didn't have to be on that side of it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Oh, that's Medina. Up on some lap traffic. Floor still there. Tucker. Come out Bender right there, and all night long some guys just bounce off the wall. Kroll. Good run to him there, sitting in 5th car. Will Sullivan right there in the 6th place spot with Donnellan in 7th. Bozak in 8th. Greg Carr there in 9th. On with the Ben Stevens around the top 10. Guys having a bounce back night here, and some not so good. I mean, now hey, look at Genningsman now. He's up to 18th.
And a great drive from him, of course. He started way back in the field, dead last, so up 13 spots, just inside the top 20. I'd say that's a successful drive for him. He got caught up in a couple of wrecks. He really got caught up in that big one we had.
He did. Bounced back to get 18th. I said, yeah, I'm in the retail now. Hey, I got you, man. I hear you. We're going to see here, man, Cole Macheski can hold this thing off. Got 14 to go tonight. Gateway here. Now, I think if we just, I mean, this is, to say it kind of differently, because we've seen a lot of races here, unfortunately, the last several weeks with a lot of cautions. maybe some uncharted territory for some of these guys. Wait a minute, we're out here just riding. What do I do?
Well, just out here riding in a situation you don't know. Just ride. Be patient. Let your car tell you what it feels like, and you respond to it. Don't try to tell the car what to do. Oh, I think Clore got a bit of a wall right there again.
I've seen it all night long. I mean, guys getting that wall. If you hit it just right, you're not, too much damage. I mean, slapped it pretty hard early on. Expected it too bad. See Tucker coming. Matter if Tucker's going to be able to make that pass or not. That's going to be the key here. Well to go. He's got plenty of time to get there.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have that much faster of a car.
Yeah, last time around 24 to 30. I mean, it would take him several laps probably to get around Clore. Denver's going back here. Denver's hanging on. Prohl right there, though, on his back bumper.
Yeah, it does. And Prohl's going to look to the outside for this through 1 and 2.
That's that spot for him. They both pitted at the same time, so got by there by Prohl to take that spot over. The car right there behind him too. And still good run though by Denver. Not done.
No, he's going to fire right.
Oh! Hell to it. Had a good run. Don't get happy.
Going to lose
Oh!
2
Yeah,
spots
he
there,
got
I
them
think.
tires hot now. Yeah, those tires are slick. He's got to cool them down a little bit. He's got to get back. He lost several spots there on that one. Well, 8th place though.
I think he was just running in hot, trying to take the fight back to the 80 Pro there, and just overdrove her a little bit here through 1 and 2.
The car's right there. Might be able to get to him. Denver slips again. Oh, Prohl though, man. I want to run for him tonight. Car right there too. Right on board here with Tucker. Remember earlier we was seeing him fighting that car. Let's see how well it's running now.
Still a little bit of a fight, but not as much.
That thing has become ill handling on him.
Well, ill handling or not, he's right there on the back of Clore. Just showed him a little bit of a move to the inside to try and trick him out.
I think a lot of it, and I think here too, really helping out Tucker. That fact that remember he's Clore, that damage. Let's ride with Clore. Maybe he just wants to do that to see. Clore, that
Real
car's tight.
smooth.
Tight. You see the car won't go up top. Yeah, that car. I think the damage is making that car tight. Not allow Tucker to go right up underneath him. And Clore, that car instantly wanted to go straight to the wall.
Yeah, and with the car doing that, it of course kills the tires just a little bit more. So
It might seem smoother than driving, but with that thing being tight going in these turns, I mean, Tucker will be able to drive it in there just a little bit better. Plus, Tucker does have a little bit of new tires. Pitted to 33, Clore pitted to 29. Cars. Other one back here, though. Tucker moves to second. All Cole Macheski, though. Got a big lead, 4 seconds out front. Definitely don't want to see a caution. devastating.
Yeah, and if a caution did fly right now, if they did come into pit, I don't think you'd see them take 2 tires. That's too much of a difference between lefts and rights.
Macheski right here with them. Up top. Leading the way. Tucker right along there behind him. Still a good run by Tucker. Man, won last week and he finishes off and hangs where he's at right now in second. So, backing it up. Very good one here. Lower having a good run there too in the third place along with Carr up in fourth. Donovan right there with him though. If Donovan's got anything for him. Don't commentate. Hey, that happened. That has happened.
Oil says take 2, lefts ain't working at all, so hey.
Well, and you're right, Bulls. I mean, we saw it earlier. Tucker, the problem is, though, at some point you're forced to take 4 because, you've got to still think about the other 2 tires, how long they've been out there. Remember when Tucker did it, there was only about a 20-lap difference, maybe 15-lap difference between the tires, his 2 tires and whatnot. And when we saw the other one do it, it was the same thing. But when you're talking 50, 60 laps, there's no way to take 2 tires. White flag out, though. This one's official. And that man right there has just got to hang on a couple more turns. Cole Macheski. Gateway here tonight.
He can really afford to take it slow. He's got a 5-second gap to Tucker in second.
Almost cruising around these last 2 turns, 3 and 4. Final time. Thomas Komacheski been able to pull it off here tonight. Win Gateway. Gonna have to have a major disaster like disconnect here. And I have seen that. I have seen that. Man, let me believe you, that's a heartbreaker. But he just won it. Put it in victory lane. Tucker brings her home in second with Shane Clore hanging on the third here tonight.
80-lap run whereas the left side's 5%. Wow.
Yeah. If that was true, then you would have seen a lot of those guys, though. I'm going to kind of contradict that a little bit. You would have seen a lot of those guys put 2 tires on in that last run, so why didn't they do that? We saw Clore fall back on that. But either way, hey, Komacheski won, no matter what. It doesn't matter at this point. It's a done deal. Shoulda, coulda, woulda on what you should have done out front. Yeah, we'll say it that way. I mean, Komacheski.
He's got to send her wild.
Yeah. Right now, let's see if we can bring up Clore, Tucker, and these, man, and get a word in with them. All right, we got him down here. Let's can't bring up old Clore up here. Let's get a word with him.
Clore, this is Joe and Wesley up in the booth. You got a copy?
How goes it, gentlemen?
Doing pretty well. Came home thirds. We saw you get into the wall a good little bit and got some right front damage on it at one point, and didn't really hinder you all that much. So, was there any real steering trouble once you got that damage, or was it just minimal enough for you to be able to control?
Well, I'm glad it looked like that on the TV, because I had about 26 seconds of damage, and I just said YOLO. Lap times were pretty consistent, just a little bit off, but Thomas just had a wicked fast car. I could not keep up with him, but yeah, it was a little tight. It got me to P3, so we'll take it.
Hey, got you to P3 indeed, and there's also that long run we had for the finish. Last caution came around lap 75 or so, and since then we just went green the whole way. Was there any plan once you saw it's going green about possibly fixing that damage, or were you going to wait for a caution to come to try and fix it?
Yeah, I figured with how I was running all night, just up in the front, I didn't want to give up too much track position. And with the long stint we had, I figured let's just, who knows what's going to happen. So I decided just to keep the damage because it was minimal for performance-wise, just hoping for a top 5, top 10. And yeah, I tried doing the undercut, but it worked out. But just that damage just kept me stuck.
Yeah, you said you were wishing for a top 5 or a top 10 once you got it. You came home third, though. Really good run. You were that 2-tire call. That's something we were discussing here at the end of the race as well, about 2 tires, whether or not if a caution came out, say last 10 laps, if people would come down, if they did, and if they were going to take 4 versus 2 there, what would have been the call on your side, at least, do you think?
I think I probably would have sent it with a 2, just knowing I had some damage and get a little bit of track position, knowing I'd probably fall back a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the twos were working all week in A Open. The lefts were just not impacted at all by these runs. So I was kind of in ascendant mood just with how we were running tonight. And after I got that right front damage, just sent it. And here we are.
Well, Joe, you got something for him?
Yeah, what a run. I mean, like I said, damage on that front, been able to maintain it. Again, we were talking about tire wear this race, and it looked like 2 tires might have been the trump factor, but over the course of a run, though, you almost had to take 4 tires. Too long. Was there any way on that last pit stop that y'all might have took 2 tires?
Yeah, I don't know. That would have been really pushing it because, well, I ran a 51 lap stint there at the end, and my lefts were already 80, 90. So I think it would have. I don't even know what I would have expected in a car, but I just, after that long stint, I was like, you just got to take 4 and just hope for the best.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man, good run out there, 3rd place. Got anybody want to thank?
Yeah, just Team Conti always putting out good setups. Just got to get the driver to drive it good. Everyone at Goated Haas Esports and my wife and just everybody tuning in. You guys broadcasting and thanks for us start off putting on a good show tonight.
There you go, Shane Cloor bringing her home in 3rd, and Wes, I kind of answered our question on why they all just took 4 tires instead of 2. Is at that point there's no way to take 2 tires. It would have been beneficial, but with only 15-20 laps stints, yeah, probably so. But all right, let's bring this man up here too. Tucker, he tried tonight, but he come home a little short. Let's get a word with him in the 2nd place.
Hey, Joseph Tucker, it's Wesley and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, came home 2nd. There was that nice long green flag run at the end where you kind of fell back before that green flag pit stop. Car just not agreeing with the long run and got a little too loose for you?
Yeah, it wasn't the looseness that I was fighting with. When Thomas was behind me, I was feeling looseness, but I just kept getting tight. And then before I was dragged to the waiting room, Drew was telling me I was just watching up too much in 3. Just thought we had a good long run car. We did for solid 50 laps, and then the last 10 I just crumbled and just got past. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but you were up there you were up in the front almost all day. Started top 10, finished 2nd now. There was that big wreck that caught up a lot of cars, and it happened right behind you. Was there anything you were thinking as you saw that out your mirror?
I asked my spotter, I said, did Sumner clip him? Because I just saw Sumner go flying to the wall, and I didn't know if he got rear air griefed or something. And then I saw 8 more cars pile, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then my spotter informed me of what happened, and we were trying to think strategy. I was trying to think of when to pit. I said 20 laps. If we get a caution, 20 laps. We never got the caution, and then just now I told him if we get a late race caution, I want 2 rights. That didn't even happen.
Yeah, that was something we were talking about as well. 2 tires versus 4 almost all race. 2 tires held on really good for you when you took that gamble. And you were able to keep it in front of Sumter for a long time. And then we were talking about 10, 15 laps left to go. Who's going to, if y'all came in even, I'm pretty sure y'all could have stayed out and been good about whether you were going 4 or 2. And you just said right there, you were probably going to go 2. So cars just loved it on 2 tires is what we've heard.
Yeah, it really did. The first time I took 2 tires, I felt a ton of rotation. Felt the most rotation I did from the first run. And I just felt comfortable. Like in the pit stop that we took 2, and I was flying, and then I was going to gamble again and go for 2. It was the only way to beat half of these guys was take 2 and hope and pray that you could stay out front. And it worked for me once. It didn't work twice.
Yeah, well, still coming home second. You would have wanted to come home with the win again, going back to back. Fell 1 place short there. Joe, you got something for him?
At any moment, did you think on that last stop that you could afford to take 2 tires, though?
At one point I did, until I just missed that box. I went sliding right through it. And
I mean, was any concern? Okay, I asked the same question there for a third place guy. That they would take 2. I mean, so you felt like you could have finished the end of the race with tires?
Yeah, 2 tires was just the way to go. With my left sides being less worn than the rights, 2 tires just felt comfortable because our left side tires, like last stop, 84.91, those tires are helpful.
Now, we watched in-car on you a couple times there because it's interesting there. It looked like your car all of a sudden just became evil handling, really, really loose. And I know a lot of times with 2 tires, that actually loosens the car up even more. So with that said, I mean, obviously I know you'd have to make some adjustments to the car. I mean, would that have worried you a little bit if you'd have took 2 tires?
I wouldn't say so, because I'm just comfortable with a loose car.
Well, it definitely was loose. We were watching it a couple times. We were like, wow, one thing that, get a little on him out there. But hey, that's still second place, man. You had nothing to hang your head down on. You won last week, came home second tonight. Good run by you up front all night long. Had a solid run car. Got anybody you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Thomas, Shane. These guys are great racers. SSO for putting this on. You guys for broadcasting. Touch took a realtor. My mom, my dad, Team Conti for the Sadler Esports. My actual team in this league, also into Racing 3K. They're phenomenal. Everybody watching, my grandparents, I think, were one of them. They're phenomenal. And yeah.
There you go. Second place, man. Michael Tucker, man. Definitely another good, fine run for him. But this guy here pulled it off. Komacheski, Joanna Booth got a copy.
Gotcha,
man.
guys.
Tell you what a run to get up front there. And the big conversation piece has been 2 tires versus 4, but nowhere throughout the race did I see you took 2 and the 4 tires paid off, but everybody else says 2 tires is the best option to go. Did it ever cross your mind through this race?
At the end, if we would have got a caution, I would have taken 2.
All right, there you go. And I think a lot of the guys were in the same boat as that there too. But I mean, you're running down the leaders there at the front. I mean, how bad was the aero at this track? I know this is kind of a borderline small track, but it is also right there kind of in the middle between the intermediate style track. How bad is the aero when you do get up behind somebody here tonight to try to pass them?
I mean, it wasn't too bad, but you could definitely feel it. I was getting a little more loose when I was behind someone, but overall it wasn't too bad.
I tell you what, you definitely had a bad, fast hot rod out there on Wes, man. Got anything on him?
Oh, I've got nothing for you besides what you just said. He was running down the leaders, and once you got into the lead there, you kind of just waved goodbye out the back, out the window, out the rear view as well, and just didn't look back. You had a stable car almost all night, it seemed, and you were just cruising come the final 20 or so laps where you didn't really seem like you were pushing and just kind of let off to make sure you brought it home in one piece.
Yeah, I just wanted to be smooth and just not lose the race. I thought I lost it when on the green flag stop because I was sideways going down pit road. But I got lucky and was able to catch back up.
Absolutely. You were able to catch up, get up front, winner tonight here at Gateway. You got anybody you want to thank?
Huge thanks to Team Watson, putting out another killer setup. It's about time we got some green flag runs.
Definitely some long green flag runs, that is, and it was able to pay off for you there again. Congratulations there, Thomas.
All right, thank you.
There we go, Thomas Komacheski. And interesting there that some would say that the 2 tires were Trump, but he obviously never took, and the 4 tires worked out for him. So go back to maybe kind of setups different here and whatnot. But final results order here, kind of unofficial here. Komacheski winning it tonight. Tucker there in second. Clore coming home in third. Alex Carr bringing home in fourth. Donovan finishing out in fifth. Zozak there in sixth. Rick Carr up in seventh. We got Drew Prohl. He had a good run there, finishing in eighth. John Bender, good finish there, hanging on in the ninth place with Jonathan Duncan there in the 10th. 11th place man, Blair Holloman, and in the 12th place there, Ben Stevens. Look through the rest of this field. Some guys, well, they came out here and had a good bounce back night, and some of them just, hey man, let's go to all the clubs, see what happens.
Yeah, I really want to give it up to Donnellan there and Bender. They got in that wreck early and they had a great bounce back. And then a couple of the guys, they got caught in that big wreck and didn't completely total their car to where, and they were able to keep running. Some of them, they finished well beyond probably what they even thought they were going to be able to manage.
Yeah, so like you said, some guys, man, obviously getting past, man, the big one here tonight as we saw, but it was a good one at Gateway. The man there, Komacheski, pulling it off. We go Auto Club next week. Folks, for myself and everyone here at Spartan Sim Racing League, have a good night.